Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is April's Fab 5 that I've been doing with Erica Conger. She thought up this video idea and I thought it was brilliant and said if she ever wanted to collab with me on it, I would totally be game because I think it's such a fantastic idea. So she did one, and obviously, which is, well, no, I knew beforehand, but it doesn't matter. And so she asked me to collab with her on the next one, and then decided kind of at that time that we would just do this together every month. So we have 10 questions to answer, and we have to choose at random 5 palettes, and from each of the palettes, 1 shade, and create a look with them. So because we're going to be doing this on the reg, I got an app which has a wheel and number and all the things. So I put all of my eyeshadow palettes that I own into this app, and we can randomly choose 5. I have 1 and a couple more that I haven't opened yet, so I'm not going to include those, even though we can include new ones. I haven't introduced them to the rest of my makeups yet, so I can't choose those, but as soon as I do, they'll be in the mix. So let's start with the 5 palettes we get to choose a random shade from. So first up we have Divina Sea of Shadows. Okay. And Cosmic Beauty Undergrowth. All right, Sea of Shadows and Undergrowth. Artitude Color Splash. Okay. Color Splash, Undergrowth, Sea of Shadows. Nomad Santa's Village. And last but not least, Colored Rain Pretty Chic. All right, let me go gather up all of these palettes. I have gathered all of the palettes. I'm just doing them in order from the biggest to the smallest because it couldn't matter less. So we have Undergrowth from Cosmic Beauty. The name of this palette, just, I don't know. I'm a boy mom, so in the actual sense of the word, not this new disgusting sense of the word that these baby mamas have made, because that's frightening. Okay, so anyway, I put 1 through 20 into the number generator and 14. Next we have the Artitude Color Splash palette, and this has 18 shades. So I have, of course, edited the numbers to 1 through 18. 9. Next up we have the Sea of Shadows from Divina, and this is a 9-pan palette full of beautiful shimmers and multi-chromes. So, all right, I changed it from 1 to 9, 5. And then we have the Nomad Santa's Village, which I kept the box for because it's so cute. You can see Santa's little village through the door, the window. What? It's a little, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but you can see his little house in there. And this is 9 shades as well. So let's see what we get. 7. And the last palette is Pretty Chic from Colored Rain, and this is a 6-pan palette. I've only used some of these a couple of times, so they don't like to stay open. So, okay, let's see what shade I get out of here. I changed it to 1 through 6, and I got shade 6. Here is the color story. So we have Lichen from Cosmic, whatever this purple is, from Splash, Sea of Shadows, Santa's Village, and Pretty Chic. I am going to figure out what to do, and then I'll come back and we'll make an eye look and answer questions. I hope. Okay, I think I have a tentative plan. So, yeah, I'm just going to tuck in and then, start answering questions. These are all random questions and all from Erica's Magnificent Brain. So the first one is, what is a problem you have with social media? I'm going to go in with Lichen on my Gently Used Refer 13 Max. A problem I have with social media. Honestly, I think my biggest problem is the lying, the misinformation. It makes me crazy. Anyone can say anything, and that's great considering, but I'm looking at all of this through the lens of a grandmother whose babies have, well, some of them have access to social media, and they don't know what they're looking at. They don't know that they're watching something that is completely wrong if nobody tells them. Or, they're not going to assume what they're watching is wrong. Whereas, when we get older, we sort of assume everything is until we can prove it otherwise. So it bothers me that anyone has any kind of unlimited access to all of it, because I think it's dangerous. There's so many good things that come with social media, but the scary stuff is really scary for me. And, thinking about these babies. Number 2, what would you name your yacht if you owned one? Oh, I don't know. Home Sweet Home. Yeah, why not? I have no delusions of ever living on a yacht, but if I did, it would be awesome. And it would definitely be home, because hey, why not? So yeah, I guess super, words are hard for me sometimes. Super original. Okay. That is Lichen. Such a good shade. I think I'm going to go into Grape from the Artitude Color Splash palette. And that's going to go out here. And my phone just turned itself off, and I'm getting purple eyeshadow everywhere. Okay, question number 3. What is a superstition you actually believe in? I feel like I kind of sort of believe in like most of them, until something is proven to be not real. I have to assume it's potentially a thing. 11/11, let's go with that. It's like one of those things you make a wish on 11/11. I don't know if that's a superstition or not, but like you step on a crack, you break your mama's back. Well, you know, I never did it. I didn't step on a crack. I didn't want to find out. Plus, my mother never had a very good back, so. Number 4, if you could change into an inanimate object, what would it be and why? Erica's brain is just fabulous. I don't know how she comes up with this stuff. If I could be an inanimate object, I want to be something pretty, like a painting or something that people like to look at, like to have around, you know, which is kind of like, I don't know, I want to be liked. People want me around. I'm going to boop into a bit of Bougie from the Colored Rain palette, just to see if I can deepen this, add a little dimension to it. Number 5, who was your best friend in elementary school and are you still friends with this person? In elementary school, my best friend was Jennifer Brewer, I guess. And maybe Shannon Ing. We were little kids together in Florida. And no, I moved to Vermont in 1989 and never heard from them again, which is, you know, a bummer. I made friends here eventually, but I'm really not friends with anyone. I mean, we're not like enemies or anything like that, but I got pregnant and quit school and they were not allowed to hang out with me. I was a bad influence. So we just never, I don't know, we all just lost touch with each other, I guess. And, you know, live our lives. Yeah. So let's go into some shimmers. Those purples are not even. Hold please. I'll get them more even when I can move the mirror closer. But I can't really blend purple and green together all that well because it'll look real bad. But I can pile on shimmers. So that's what I'm gonna do now. We got 2, and I'm very excited for both of them because they're both gonna work out perfectly for this. I'm just going to wet my Singe Beauty EO1 with some water because that's what I use to wet my brushes. And I'm going to go into Frothy Surf, which is the shade from the Davina Sea of Shadows. I'm not sure if I've used this before or if I've used it much. It's like a pinky peach, green, shifty, very cool shade. Oh, man. Eyeshadows are so fun. Honestly, I think if I had my dithers, I would have paired this with a pink eyeshadow. And look what I would have missed. That's super fun. Okay. Number 6. Which do you listen to the most? Your brain or your heart? I think my brain. My heart is very, very loud, and my brain is very, very good at listening to my heart and then making the decision and the choice that is best for me. Or, you know, whatever the case may be. I am a very, very practical, which is, things are falling, which is brain, but I think it's also my heart, because, you know, I feel like you need both to make good decisions. If you just use your head, your brain, then maybe you don't consider other parts of an equation. And if you just use your heart, well, then you're definitely not considering other parts of the equation. Typically, men parent with their brains. It's very like cut and dry. Whereas moms, women, a lot of times parent with their emotions, which is really not good. Neither is good. You have to have both. Everything comes back to kids with me. It's annoying, isn't it? It's just what I know, what I spent my entire life trying to know more about and learn more about. So yeah, sorry, it comes back to kids all the time. Okay, so the shimmers in the Nomad Santa's Village palette get hard pan really easy, which I know is very irksome to some people. It doesn't bother me. I just took my tweezers and roughed it up a little bit. I can't seem to find a spoolie that I'm not currently using as a brow pencil or brow brush, so I just use my tweezers, which means, you know, just be a little bit more gentle. But if you have hard pan and eyeshadow, just rough it up a little bit with something scratchy, and I mean, boom, you've got a fabulous eyeshadow. Or, you know, you can be frustrated with it and hate it, but I am choosing to use it. So this is the shade Sauna from the Nomad palette. And the next question, when you meet someone for the first time, what do you first notice about them? I would have said eyes, even like a year ago. But I'm pretty sure I actually noticed people's hands, which I really never gave any thought about or to. But I was talking to my sister one day and said something about being able to see my parents' hands in my brain, like in my head, in my memory. I can see their hands. I can see pretty much all of the hands that have ever meant anything to me easily. And that wouldn't necessarily be super weird, except that I don't see pictures in my head. So like when I'm reading a book, I don't make up pictures. Like I don't see anything, which I guess is a little bit odd. Not to me, because it's all I know, but rumor has it you're supposed to be able to see pictures, or some people do, or whatever. So yeah, I think it's got to be hands, because that is apparently what matters most to me. And I never gave it any thought at all. And my sister was like, well, yeah, it's the thing that connects us. Wow. Talk about slow on the uptake. Of course it is. It's the only thing, like really. I mean, obviously there's other things, but if you are holding hands with someone, both of you are like wanting the connection. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's goofy, and I'm going to stop talking now. Go back on the rest of my face, some mascara, some liner. I'll come back, show you the finished look, and answer the final 2 questions. One of them, I am 99.999% sure you already know the answer to. So I'll be back. All right, I'm back, and obviously everything is done. Let me scoot you in for an up-close reconnoiter at the eyes. I really, really like that Frothy Surf shade from Divina. That's very cool. And I think the purpley shimmer from the Nomad Santa's Village palette is a great like bridge between the purple and the like green. I really like this look a lot. A lot of times when I do green and purple, it gives like Joker or, I don't know, something a bit wild and crazy and fun. I like the looks. but this one feels a little bit different, less jokery and more, I don't know, just fun, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's do the last two questions. Number 9 is, no, number 8. What? I guess there's 3 questions left. How did I do that? Okay, this was the one I figured you'd get the answer to pretty much immediately. Are you a half, nope. Are you a glass half full or a glass half empty type of person? I'm like, I'd say half full, except more accurate would be happy to have a glass. You know, like, I try to find the good in everything, so yeah. Number 9, what is a movie or TV quote, TV show quote, that is stuck in your head forever? There are so many. So many. Off the top of my head, big mistake. Big, huge, I have to go shopping now. It's freezing too cold in Helsinki. There's so many. You know what burns my butt? A flame about 3 feet high. There's so many of them. Tons and tons and tons. I have a quote or song lyric for almost anything. I haven't like tested that theory, but yeah, I can pretty much think of a quote or a song lyric. And last but not least, number 10, what is your love language? Mine is giving, which I don't think is actually one of them, but I really like being able to give, whether it's my time, my help, a gift, anything, you know. That's the kind of thing that feeds my soul, I guess. I wish it wasn't creepy to do those things anonymously, but it is. Like, you can't just anonymously send somebody a gift. It kind of freaks them out, wondering where it came from and do they need to get a no trespassing order or something, you know? So I would rather give without getting any credit, but giving is definitely my love language. If we're talking about, like, I don't know. Yeah, I've had to kind of, you know, modify all the things, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we'll go with giving. I like giving. So that wraps up this Fab 5 video. I really enjoyed the palettes. I definitely would not have put any of them together. And I definitely would not have pulled a Christmas palette, though I think you can use whatever, whenever. This was really fun, and I'm glad that I used that Frothy Surf shade in a way I don't think I would have. That's pretty darn cool. So I will, of course, have Erica's channel linked in the description box. You can go out, check out her video if you're coming from there. Thanks for stopping by. If you're going there, tell her I said hi. I'll also link our Fab 5 playlist in the description box, at least my portion of it. If I can link hers, I will, but I'm not sure if I can. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this. Again, I am not home when you're seeing this, so if I don't respond, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I'm still on vacation. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.